finally made it to North Carolina. I am currently recording from my camper, and the generator's running in the background. I'm sorry for any background noise that you're hearing, and I didn't really have a good spot to do a recording, so I'm just doing a voiceover and using some pictures from my journey today as a backdrop. So you get to see some photo shoots of my dog and some photo shoots and videos of some of the awesome scenery I got to take. Unfortunately, I was climbing a mountain today, and I was making sure my transmission did not overheat, so I was watching my RPM gauge very close and trying to just climb the mountain the best I could. It was a great big mountain right before Asheville here, and I was so busy watching my RPM gauge that my truck overheated, and once I realized, I was like, oh no, I gotta pull over. And I just so happened to pull over right at a scenic outlook, and it was just the most beautiful, majestic place ever. And me and my dog were able to chill out and take a break for a couple hours. I wanted to let my truck cool down. I just wanted to just give it a good break. And so we took a break for a couple hours, and the truck just kept driving like no problems, and we just kept rolling on. So it's a great thing. Old 7.3 holding strong for me, and it's really done me good this trip. Besides the minor technical difficulties, but man, I've been working it. It's about a 12,000 pound trailer I've been pulling. I'm a little over 20,000 pounds, I think, with everything I got. It's a heavy load going over the mountain, but I made her, and I'm here. I came here with no money, and I have stepped foot here with not a dollar in my pocket. I have $20, maybe $30 in change, and I know a lot of people may think I'm crazy, but I'm a minimalist, and I've been doing a lot of other projects in my life, and I can make money in this world. I have infinite skills that I can focus on and do. I just have been using my resources and my time to do other things. Sometimes you can't just wait for the right moment. You end up waiting forever, and it's kind of like jumping off a cliff. I did a lot of cliff jumping when I was a kid. I even jumped off Hurricane Deck Bridge, and if you sit there and think about it, you'll get overwhelmed with it, and you'll end up never doing it. And sometimes you just got to jump right in and do it and never even let them think or question. And it's just like jumping off a cliff. I mean, that's the only way to do it. You just jump right off. You can't think about it. I watched an airline pilot get on a cliff one time and just overthink it and wasn't able to do it. And yeah, I know I wasn't scared of heights or anything, but thus is life. So I just jumped in, and I'm here, and I have faith in the universe that I can make it work, and I have faith in my own two hands, and that I'll be able to just go and work hard and provide. And I want to donate 3 days of my time no matter what. That is my goal, is to donate 3 days of my time, and then from there just do whatever I can to help the world. And I may keep working, I may go home, I'd like to stay out here and just work here and try and work and donate and go from there. Ultimately, I'd like to work here for a month, maybe two, but we'll see how it works. I have my pride doesn't ever want to let me ask for donations or anything like that. So I'm trying to just do the best I can, and I want to try and maybe direct donations to those in need here, and just make it to where people can directly donate, and I can put hands on and boots on the ground and actually find people that need help, and just figure out a way to make the two people meet and the two possibilities and necessities meet. My goal is to just basically put 3 days hands on and go from there. My most important part was just getting here and doing it. And sometimes in life you got to do it, and that's kind of the point I'm trying to get at, is that you just got to jump in and do it and not think about it. In which case I did, and I overcame some obstacles getting here, but I'm here, and I got enough supplies and gas and food and everything to make it for 3 days for sure. A week if I push it. I know I'll be all right. I'm just trying to show that, hey, it can be done, and just do it. That's the only thing you can do in this world, is just go for it and do it. Showing up here has been hard, because you look and everything coming here was fine, except for like some of the freeways were blocked off. So that was a big deal, and it made traffic real bad on the other freeways that were open still. And then when I actually started to get down here, I'm in Swannanoa, and I'm across the street from the Harley Davidson dealership. And it was one of the worst hit areas right here. Coming in, it was just everything looked great and fine until you started to look in the landslides and the trees. There was something about the way the immense amount of rain, it just saturated the ground, and I guess the tree roots just let loose, and it just made trees fall everywhere. I've been through tornadoes in Missouri and stuff a lot, and it's just like the tornadoes that rip through Missouri, and it just was rain. It was just water that did all this, and it created landslides where you can see like where just mud and everything just ran down these mountains, because these mountains are beautiful and majestic and huge, and it's just absolutely stunning and amazing. It is some of the most beautiful mountains and majestic scenery that I've ever seen in my life. It's really just amazing. But that's what the cause of all this was the steep grades that just caused everything to run off, and I guess the rain was the cause of it all, but obviously the too much rain. But the river and the bottoms is where it's really bad. Like, you can drive through stuff, and even like the town of Asheville and some of these towns, it's not all down below by the river. So everything is kind of going on like normal, except for you see like big trees and stuff that have fallen down, because it's just random trees everywhere that have fallen. It's just an epidemic of trees falling. It's crazy. But what the river bottoms are is heartbreaking. It's really just it's wiped out everything, and civilization has kind of developed down there, and because it usually doesn't flood there, and it's not meant to flood, so everybody knows where the floodplain is and has developed life on that. And sometimes, the rivers flood and they're used to that, and they're like, oh, so they build up a little and they prepare for such. But the river came so high, it overwhelmed, and just it's basically wiped out parts, anything that was there in the new floodplain that's 20 feet higher or whatever has just been pretty much decimated. And some of it hasn't. Like, some of it just looks like normal. Like, where I'm staying right now is technically everything was underwater where I'm camping, and the river bottoms are just annihilated. And it's hard to fathom how annihilated it is, and how much force that water had. And even the places that flooded out on the sides, there's a neighborhood up the road that was all underwater, and there's people living there in the houses that were underwater. And I know from mold and a remodeling perspective that those houses are going to be gathering mold very quickly and not safe to inhabit. But the poor people don't have anywhere else to go, so it puts you in a heartbreaking situation to where they're not in a good element, but they don't have anywhere else to go. And this is just when I showed up, and within 1 block of me seeing where I'm staying. I haven't went out and searched around the neighborhood or done anything at all, but I'm pretty sure this is the guts of where one of the worst spots was as far as cities. Now I'm not talking up on the mountains where people are inaccessible to and where you can't get to them, but as far as cities, this is pretty bad. And I'm going to try and document it. I want to be respectful of everybody, and I want to be respectful of everything going on, but at the same time I want to tell the story and the full story of what it is. I'm always in depth with everything, probably too in depth, but I tell the full story and I give my perspective along the way, and I think I'm in depth enough that you can make your own perspective and just take it from there. And that's the way I try to leave it, is that I just try and put it all out on the line. I want to try and be respectful, and I'm going to try and also tell the whole story. So there's a fine line that I got to walk there. And I'm going to try and talk to other people and get their perspectives as well, and just listen to the people in the community and what they need and what they think and what they're aspiring for, and just try and work together with everyone here to figure out the best way to get everybody back to some sense of normalcy. So yeah, that's my plan, and that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to go out and get to it. So I appreciate everybody for keeping up. I'm going to try and make videos and also try and work, so I'm going to be very busy. I just wanted to thank everybody for keeping up, and for everybody for supporting me, and the positivity and all the encouragement that I've been getting from everyone. I really appreciate it, and I greatly appreciate the donations that people sent with me, and we have an amazing community, and I just appreciate everybody. I love y'all.